Coming up next, I review a Fuego Lento from the Argentine niche house Frassai. Stay tuned. Welcome back, everybody. Today I'm reviewing a very cool fragrance that is special and unique to me because I've gotten to know the owner and the creative director of the house after meeting her at Osme a few months ago. And this house is called Frassai. And this is an Argentine niche perfumer, and the creative director and founder is Natalia Outeda. She's Argentine, lived in New York for many years, and was in the fashion and fragrance industry, moved back to Argentina and created this fragrance. It's the first woman-owned niche house in Argentina. So cool stuff going on here. I met her, hung out with her a few months ago at Osme, and learned so much about her brand. She's just such an interesting, fascinating person, and just one of the nicest people to meet. So I just loved getting a chance to smell her fragrances. Now, I'm reviewing today, been down here, this is called a Fuego Lento, and this was released in 2018. Okay, this is a unisex eau de parfum. It is the perfumer, and the reason why I picked this one among her fragrances that she has at Osme, and I've smelled them all, and they're all delicious, but the one I picked this is because Rodrigo Flores-Roux is the perfumer, and he's one of my maybe top 3 perfumers right now. I love everything he does. I own Elle by Arquiste. He does a lot for Arquiste, the American niche house. So when I saw he did this fragrance, I jumped all over it and wanted to review it. So he's the perfumer. The retail price on this is about $175 for a 50 ml bottle. It recently went up in price. I think it was about $150 before, and she had mentioned to me actually at Osme that she was going to be raising the prices, in the very short future. Let's get right into this. The notes at the top are orange flower and black currant buds. At the heart, you have Jasmine, Sambac, and something called Flouve Odorante. Okay, and then you have Civet, Sude, and Tolu Balsam. Okay, now I have been wearing this all day. I have it sprayed on a stick here from Osme, and I have it all over my hands, arms, neck, and everything. So let's get right into this. When you smell this, and this is sprayed over 12 hours ago now, and it still smells fresh. It has this bright orange, just delicious smell to it still on the paper, and that's when you first spray it, that's what you get. You get that orange flower coming through. But it's not like a neroli orange blossom. It says orange flower, and the orange it's sweet, but it's not cloying, it's not too sweet, and it's actually, I think, mixed well with that black currant. I think the black currant probably gives it a little depth or maybe a little darkness to it, so it's not too feminine, and I love it. I love orange in any fragrance. I'm from Florida. I love anything orange, it's just beautiful at the top, very delicious. And then after about an hour and a half, 2 hours, I start getting into the heart notes. And that Jasmine really stands out for me at that point. That Jasmine Sambac has a powdery-esque quality. It's a little sweet, but it's not overpowering. It's blending in perfectly. And then really after about 3 or 4 hours, those base notes kick in for me. And I get that suede and that balsam, which is kind of resinous. It's not only resinous, but that it has like a vanilla-like quality with that balsam. And it's also a little bit spicy at that point. And so it's almost like a little bit sweet or cinnamon. Interesting take. It just mixes all so well. And I think the key to that is the use of the civet. I've tried to use civet in my own fragrances I make, and it just destroys because it overpowers everything. But you don't smell it here. You wouldn't even know the civet's there. Civet, used by a master perfumer, Rodrigo, actually blends all the notes together in a way that normally they won't form together so cohesively. So I love the dry down. I love the complexity of this fragrance. But this is the thing I love about it maybe the most, is that orange that stays at the very top is there to the very end. And it's just so unique that way, because most fragrances, the orange is the top note, the neroli, the orange blossom, and it's gone after an hour or two. This stays, and it just blends in so well. This is just, I think, just a great, great, great fragrance. It is very unisex. It smells great on my skin. I think this would be amazing on a woman. I'd really love to, smell it on a woman. So let's get right to my rating. This one gets a whopping 9 out of 10. Say, well done, Natalia. Great fragrance. The price, the only knock on this I have, and only where it didn't score a perfect, and it got a 1 out of 2 on the pricing, because at that price point, it's about $3.50 per ml. And on my rating scale, I like to keep things at $2 per ml to get the full 2 rating. Other than that, projection, I got about 6 hours of projection, just smelling all day, wafting around my head. Just a great wafting around my entire face. Beautiful. Performance, as I just said, I've been wearing it for 12 hours and it's still kicking on my skin beautifully. Personality, like I said, what he did here, mixing the orange with the jasmine and the civet and the suede, they're all such unique notes, because you have some very kind of popular notes in here, and then you have these, ones like the civet and the suede that just, to me are unusual and more unique for a typical fragrance. So 9 out of 10, go try this out, get your nose on it. I highly recommend it. Let me know what you think if you tried it before. This is Joel the Nose. Thanks for watching.